Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source. Only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and a Daily Tribune official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Confidence in government accountability is steadily fading as the flood control scandal drags on. Malacanang said President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is ready to face any impeachment complaint as the palace signaled a shift toward accountability and due process on possible impeachment moves against Vice President Sara Duterte. The defense of former President Rodrigo Duterte submitted new medical findings to the ICC, arguing the 80-year-old is infirm and incapacitated and therefore eligible for interim release. The PNP reinstated Lieutenant Colonel Lambert Suerte as Benguet Provincial Director after an internal police probe cleared him of command responsibility in the death of a high-ranking government official. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian said the record 1.3 trillion peso education budget for 2026 will ease pressure on public schools by funding thousands of new teachers and expanding nutrition programs. The Philippine Stock Exchange is urging state-run pension funds to revive programs that give members greater access to stock market investments. The 83rd Annual Golden Globe Awards honored excellence in film, television, and now podcasting on the 11th of January, with moments that range from poignant to celebratory. The main draw of the Australian Open hasn't started yet, but Alex Ayala has already set another milestone in her career. Today is the 13th of January, and I'm Eliana Lacap, bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. 4 weather systems will bring cloudy skies and rains across the Philippines on today. The shear line affects the eastern section of northern Luzon, while the northeast monsoon brings light rains to the rest of northern Luzon. The ITCZ affects southern Mindanao, and the easterlies impact Metro Manila and the rest of the country. Cagayan, Isabela, and Aurora will have scattered rains and thunderstorms with possible flash floods or landslides. Moderate to strong winds and rough coastal waters are expected in northern Luzon, southern Luzon, Visayas, and eastern Mindanao. The rest of the country will see light to moderate winds. Residents are advised to stay alert and follow local advisories. Now for our traffic update. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Toll Plaza, Bukawi Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. Approaching Mindanao Toll Plaza, motorists may encounter an approximate 8 to 9 vehicle queue. Meanwhile, at NLEX Connector Magsaysay exit, a previous road crash on the local road is causing ongoing retrieval of the involved vehicle and an approximate 800-meter traffic buildup. All other areas of NLEX, SATEX, and NLEX Connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are experiencing light traffic conditions. Motorists are advised to stay alert and follow traffic advisories for a safe and smooth trip. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. Confidence in government accountability continues to drop as the flood control controversy drags on, with a Pulse Asia survey showing only 59% of Filipinos believe those involved will be punished, down from 71% in September of 2025. With investigations moving slowly, more Filipinos are turning to the media to expose corruption and keep pressure on officials, as trust in Senate and Ombudsman probes weakens. While some still believe cases can prosper, many think political influence often shapes court decisions. Now, the Malacanang said President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is prepared to face any impeachment complaint, stressing his respect for the Constitution and due process. The palace also signaled a tougher stance on possible impeachment moves against Vice President Sara Duterte, now emphasizing accountability over earlier warnings that impeachment could disrupt Congress. Talks on impeachment have resurfaced amid allegations tied to the national budget and flood control projects under investigation. Malacanang dismissed claims against Marcos as unsubstantiated, defended budget safeguards, and said no formal impeachment complaint has been filed. Former President Rodrigo Duterte's defense has submitted new medical evidence to the ICC, claiming the 80-year-old is frail, incapacitated, and eligible for interim release. The 12-page filing argues Duterte can no longer function without constant help and poses no flight or obstruction risk, urging the court to revisit prior rulings. ICC-appointed doctors previously deemed him fit to stand trial, while prosecutors and victims' lawyers opposed release. Duterte remains detained at the Shevgen prison in The Hague, where he has been held since his arrest in March of 2025. Lieutenant Colonel Lambert Suerte has been reinstated as Benguet Police Director after an internal PNP investigation cleared him of responsibility in the death of DPWH Undersecretary Catalina Cabral. Major Peter Camsol Jr., however, was found accountable for procedural lapses and will face administrative charges. Authorities confirmed Cabral's death involved no foul play, but internal measures will be implemented to address errors and prevent future mishandling in high-profile cases. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian announced that the 2026 national budget allocates a record of 1.3 trillion pesos for education, targeting teacher hiring and expanded nutrition programs. 42 billion pesos will fund new school personnel, including over 32,000 teaching positions to reduce class sizes. 9 billion pesos is set aside for tutors under the Aral program to support struggling students. Meanwhile, the school-based feeding program receives 25.6 billion pesos, extending coverage from 120 to 200 days for kindergarten and grade 1, and helping grades 2 to 6 identified as stunted or wasted. These measures aim to boost student well-being and learning outcomes. Now, the Philippine Stock Exchange is urging GSIS and SSS to revive stock investment loan programs similar to past initiatives from the 1980s and 1990s. PSE CEO Ramon Monzon is looking to link these loans with PERA, the voluntary retirement savings program with tax incentives. The plan aims to increase retirement savings, employee participation, and market activity. This year, the PSE will launch a PERA program for its own employees, serving as a model for other companies to follow. Now, the 83rd Golden Globe Awards on 11th of January celebrated excellence in film, television, and podcasting, with historic wins and breakout moments. Wagner Moura became the first Brazilian to win Best Actor, Drama for The Secret Agent. 16-year-old Owen Cooper won Best Supporting Actor, Television for Adolescents, delivering a heartfelt speech on resilience. K-pop D100 took home Best Animated Motion Picture and Best Original Song for Golden, dedicated by singer EJ to those overcoming rejection. Other winners included Jessie Buckley, Best Actress in a Drama, with special honors to Helen Mirren and Sarah Jessica Parker. Alex Ayala reached a new career-high WTA ranking of number 49 after a semi-final finish at the Auckland Open, marking another milestone for the 20-year-old Rafael Nadal Academy alumna. She joins rising stars Iva Jovic number 30 and Mira Andreeva number 8 among tennis young talents, while Irina Sabalenka remains world number 1. Ayala looks to build on her momentum at the Australian Open, with a strong run boosting her ranking further, before returning home for the Philippine Women's Open on the 26th of January. Now a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for clarity and boundaries, Aquarius. The cosmos is asking you to step away from the noise and avoid getting stuck in draining situations. Take control by initiating the changes you wish to see in your life. When uncertain about a yes or no, give yourself permission to pause and rest. Your answers and decisions will become clearer when you recharge. Mindful reflection today will help you reclaim your energy and move forward with purpose. Katribo, did you know that on this day, on January 13th of 1933, the U.S. House of Representatives passed the Higher House Cutting Act, setting a date for Philippine independence? The act, later approved by the Senate on January 17, 1933, promised independence after a 10-year transition, but kept U.S. military bases and trade restrictions. Filipino leaders led by Manuel L. Quezon opposed it, paving the way for the Tidings-McDuffie Act of 1934, which resolved these issues. This eventually led to the Philippines gaining full independence on July 4, 1946. And this morning's viral is a Facebook reel from Perjuicio Dos showing a very funny moment between a father and a daughter. The daughter is playing with a baby chick when the father jokingly tells her to grill it, and you wouldn't guess what she does next. Let's watch this.
Gabi-gabi na, ayaw mo pa itago yan. Ihawin ko yan.
Huwag na ihawi, huwag na ihawi.
And that's all for now, mga ka-Tribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.